4th grade ELA text set series, Vanishing Cultures. What parts of the world have we read about so far in the Vanishing Culture series? Those places are remote, meaning they are located from areas where people typically live. The people featured in our next book also live in a remote place. We're going to be reading Vanishing Cultures, the Amazon Bison by Jane Reynolds. Okay, this right here is the Amazon. See right up in here. Okay, this map shows the Amazon River and the rivers that connect with it form a basin. The whole Amazon River basin is covered by a rainforest. So I'm going to show you the cover again. What do you think is happening here? Maybe Jane Reynolds will tell us about it. The Yanomama live in the Amazon rainforest, the largest jungle on Earth. For half the year, little rain falls, but during the other half, it rains heavily day after day. Deep in this rainforest, the Yanomama build large circular huts from grass and wood with roofs that are open in the center. Many extended families live together in one hut. At night, they sleep in hammocks around small cooking fires. And during the day, they tend gardens, fish in the rivers, and hunt in the jungle. But their ancestor ways of life are disappearing. The rainforest is considered valuable by many people who come to mine gold and clear the forest for their own use. Because of this, Yanomama are leaving their homes and their land. We are all part of the same human family, and like the Yanomama, we depend on the land and water to live. The Yanomama believe that everything has a spirit and is alive. They care for their land and believe that the spirits of the land will care for them. Perhaps we should take a look at the Yanomama's relationship with the rainforest before the Yanomama vanished forever. As the moon shines over the Mavaka River in the Amazon Basin, a young Yanomama boy named Tuwinawa sits with his family by the evening fire. Say that 10 times. While Tuwinawa's uncle and his mother roast plantains, a type of banana, for their evening meal, his grandfather swings in his hammock telling stories. Long ago, when the Yanomama danced, we painted our faces and bodies with the designs and patterns we saw every day in the jungle. We also decorated our hair with the soft white down feathers we collected from birds. The jungle has always been part of us, and we have always been part of the jungle. So if you haven't already done so, read aloud the photo caption. So it says, nose and lip plugs or sticks are a form of decorations too. Why do you think Jan included a caption for this photograph? Are you glad she did? Dancing together, we celebrated life in the heart of the wild jungles. We followed a song leader who would sing Harris songs that would tell stories about hunting or fishing. Then all together we would sing the song leader's words back to him as we danced. Listening to his grandfather tell stories into the night, Tuwinawa falls asleep, rocking gently in his hammock with his mother. In the morning, Tuwinawa helps his mother while his father visits relatives at another village down the river. Tuwinawa puts dried plantains in a basket for her to grind and mix with water to make a soft food for his baby sister to eat. Plantains are a common food for the Yanomama and are part of every meal. This fruit can be prepared in many different ways, but most often it is roasted. After breakfast, Mother says it is time to gather more plantains from their garden in the jungle. To collect the fruit, she pulls on the leaves and branches of the plantain tree, bringing the plantains into each reach. Then she uses a large knife called a machete to cut them free. Tawana's older brother, Yamakonowi, also comes to help collect the plantains. He has been at the kapok tree and is eating the sweet insides of a seed pod. Tawanawa loves to eat kapok too, but he is too young to climb the tree, so his brother gathers the sweet treat for him. After helping their mother in the garden, Tawanawa's older brother decides to teach him how to use a bow and arrow. Yamama do not raise animals for food. If they want to have meat for dinner, they must hunt the deer, tapir, and other wild animals that live in the jungle. Yamama makes Tawanawa his very own arrow to practice with. So Tawanawa's bow and arrow set looks bigger than he is. I wonder if he'll catch any fish. So let's look. See? Tawanawa's older brother is able to draw back a strong wooden bow that is taller than he is. He shows Tawanawa how he lays the arrow's feathers next to his cheek so he can look straight down the shaft to his target. Trying to imitate his brother, Tawanawa struggles to draw a smaller bow. Hunting is an important skill, so the boys practice for a long time. When Tawanawa is able to draw his bow, he can shoot an arrow straight. They decide to take their bows and their arrows to fish the shallow, muddy waters of a nearby swamp. With so much sun and so little rain at this time of year, the water is hot. The swamp pond will soon be too dry for good fishing, but right now there are plenty of fish. Even though the pond will dry up, the Yamama know that when the rainy season comes, the pond will be filled once again with water and fish for them to catch. Tawanawa's mother and others are already at the swamp fishing with hand-woven baskets. They draw their baskets across the pond's bottom, then lift them quickly to see if they have caught any fish. Tawanawa's older brother shows him how to use a bow and arrow instead of a basket. He sees something moving in the water and shoots, hoping to catch a delicious fish for his family to eat for their dinner. The next day, Tawanawa travels with his family down the river in their boat, made from a large tree that has been hollowed out. The rainforest is crisscrossed with rivers the Yamama use for traveling through the dense jungle. Tawanawa is going to see his father and the relatives his father has been visiting. Paddling down the river, Tawanawa and his family pass the homes called shatnos of other Yamama families. Some shatnos are empty because the people are on Wayam, moving through the jungle looking for food, hunting, and gathering. So the Yamama people seem to be getting everything they need from the rainforest, from food to boats. What do you think about that? As I read, listen for other ways they depend on the rainforest. It is not long before Tawanawa sees some friends playing on the bank of the river in a boat, just like the one his family is in. The children are happy to see Tawanawa and his family, and will take them to the chapon where Tawana's father is staying. Tawana's father is a shaman, a man of knowledge and strong spirit, just like his father before him. He has been staying at the village to help the people prepare for a ceremony to honor a relative who has died. So in many cultures in the world, a shaman is a wise person and religious leader for a community. The people of the village have been busy gathering food for everyone who will be attending the ceremony. Some climbed high into the trees to get rasha, a deep red peach palm fruit. While the adults are busy preparing for the ceremony, the children have time to play. One of Tawani's friends has found something good to eat, and she calls the others to follow her. The children rush through the thick green tangle of the jungle. They come to a tree where a bunch of hard pods hang among them. Thin leaves. Using a stick, the children knock the pods down. The sweet liquid inside these pods is a great treat shared by everyone. One of the boys shows his friends his special arrow for hunting birds. It has a tip with many prongs. In a large garden, just like the one Tawana's family have, the boy sees a bird on top of an old dead tree. He tells the others to wait as he quickly sneaks up to shoot, but the bird is too alert and quickly flies away. In the afternoon, the jungle becomes hot, and Tawani and his friends decide to go for a swim. They walk to a stream that comes up on the ground. It's their favorite swimming spot. Swinging on vines, they fly out of the stream before letting go and dropping into the cool water. For fun, some of the children paint themselves with the crushed, sticky onto seeds they collected while playing in the jungle. So does this look like fun? I guess all kinds of kids like to paint their faces. Later in the afternoon, older family members come down to the stream where the children are swimming. It is time for everyone to decorate themselves for the start of the ceremony. Everything they need, they find in the jungle. Feathers for their hair, liquid from seeds to paint their bodies. Like the Tawani of long ago, Tawani and his friends decorate themselves with the designs and patterns they see every day. Soon, young and old gather at the edge of the jungle around the chapon to begin singing their haris and dancing to the songs. Tawani and his friends whirl and shout behind the song leader, dancing in circles round and round the chapon under the late afternoon sun. For the Yaman, losing a family member is sad, but life is joyful. As they mourn the passing of their relative, they also celebrate life. By a fire deep inside the chaponi, Tawani's father is also getting ready. As the shaman, he mixes the ashes of the dead relatives with the fruit and water. In the morning, after the people have danced through the night, the closest family members will drink this mixture. The Yamans believe that drinking a dead relative's ashes allows the life of our spirit to live on with them. Then when Tai gets tired, his father holds him. Together they watch their friends and family perform the dances as the Yaman have for as long as anyone can remember on the edge of the river, deep in the jungle. Tawani is proud to be a Yaman, and he hopes to someday become a shaman like his father and his grandfather before him. So what are you thinking about the funeral celebration? What does it help you understand about the Yaman's culture?